Welcome to Tuesdays with Tana. I wanted to talk about one particular aspect of personality that can get in the way of us being authentic more of the time. Just a reminder of what authenticity is. It's when we're genuine and the same person in all parts of our lives. So we're the same person at home as we are at work, where we don't feel that we need to put a mask on or be different in order to fit in or to be successful in different parts of our lives. Authenticity also is being able to live present to each moment and to respond appropriately based on a couple of different things. One is based on the information that we're taking in, both the verbal and the nonverbal information in relationship or in an interaction with a person. The next thing is to be aware of the emotions as they're coming and to be aware of both the positive emotions as well as the negative emotions, or the challenging ones that we might have. So to be aware of fear and anger in addition to joy and compassion. They're all valid, and rather than stuffing or pushing down the emotions, we want to learn to feel and experience them and to integrate them so that we can be authentic. The third thing is to be able to discern when we're judging a situation or interpreting a situation using the filters of personality. Filters that in some cases may no longer be serving us. And one of the main filters that I've experienced and I want to talk about today is one called the inner critic. And the inner critic can really play havoc, and it can get in the way of a lot of situations. It can get in the way particularly of us being authentic in different situations. So one situation where I see it come up is at work when we're going into a meeting or into a meeting with others and we want to speak our truth, particularly if those people may be more senior than we are. Our inner critic can be at work and it can be saying, "Who do you think you are?" Or, "That's really stupid, why would you want to say that?" Or, "They already know this, so don't even bother." And so what we do is we hear that and we take it on and we don't say anything in the moment. And what really needs to happen is we need to say exactly what we were thinking. So the inner critic is getting in the way of us speaking our truth. And what can be helpful is for us to become aware of the inner critic. And for some, apparently, I've never met anyone who didn't have an inner critic yet in my life, and I aspire to. And for some, they have such a strong inner critic, it's described as their whole board of directors. I don't know if that sounds true for you or not. So what can be helpful is to become aware of what the inner critic is. It really is just a thought. It's a thought that lasts merely seconds. And we have many, many thoughts throughout the day, and we can repeat it over and over, and it can create a lot of angst for us. Or we can learn to see it in the moment for what it is, and we can let it go, and then go on with the situation. We can also learn to see it for what it is, see the judgment that it's causing us to create about the other person or about the situation. We can let that go, and then stay in the situation in a more objective or emotionally mature way. The exercise for this week is a really simple one, and it's adapted from Pema Chodron, and I believe from a DVD or a CD called Don't Bite the Hook. And what it is to simply become aware of the inner critic when it's happening in the moment and to let it go. So to see it, oh, that's my inner critic, and to laugh at it, or to just see it for what it is and to let it go, and to go on with the situation. If you can, also become aware of what the judgment is or the story that is attached to it about the other person or about the situation. And learn to discern, is that really true, or is that just my inner critic coming up and working its way with me? So letting go of the inner critic and going on with our lives can help to shift it so that it has less impact on our leadership and our lives. Relax into your authenticity and live this day with just a little more ease. Thanks so much, and I'll see you again in 2 weeks.